Okay, so couple setups I'm looking at going into tomorrow and just my overall outlook on the market. So, of course, I'm looking at multiple time frames anytime. So, I'll start with this first one, Charles and Schwab. I'm loving it. Right, we have a 3-1 setup on the daily for those who know the strat, and we're still in force. I'm hoping this ends in force as far as the week. So basically, the close of the candle, right, is above the previous week's close. Okay. So I'm expecting a 3-1-2 up. All right. Now I'll show you where I got this line from as well here in a second. So I'm expecting, like I said, a 3-1-2 up reversal. Okay. Into the previous month high. So we can at least get that, take out that level if we were to reverse, all right, and eventually take out this level. Now, I'm going to get shorter term calls and more than likely some calls for next week. I just want to put this on you guys' radar. This is definitely a setup I'm liking because I also noticed this. So we have a 3-1 setup on the daily. So it could potentially do a 3-1-2 up right on the daily. Now you go to the weekly, you already have a 3-1-2 up setup, 3-1-2 up reversal. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that continued momentum or setup like this to happen on the daily. All right. Then I went to my month. I'm like, okay, we have an inside month. So there's a very high probability that we break out of this monthly consolidation. All right. So I want to break out of there and continue on up. So the way I got these levels right here, the 618 and the 127.2, is I set my fields on the previous month high and low. That's all I did. I went out to the quarter. I noticed we had a 3-2 up setup. So like this thing it wants to continue pushing. So that's why I'm not going to sleep on this trade idea here. This is a really good one, and you see how I made those fields earlier on the monthly time frame, right? So all this price did was pull back and found support here at the 618. So I love something like that, but we just need pretty much the bulls to stay in control because now I'm looking at SPY. All we really did so far is we just came back to fill this gap, right? And we just keep finding support here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times we found support. All right. The structure is still there. So even though you see red here, I'm not changing up on what I believe SPY could do. Now, granted, anything can happen, but I'm more so focused on probabilities, like I always say. Because when you really look at it, and this is not to sway anyone's thoughts. Like, hey, people more than likely they printed on puts today and they printed on calls because I made some money on calls again today. I already did like 200 early in the week, right? So it's like you can make money and keep making money, but my overall outlook on SPY for now is going to remain bullish. Is my whole point, right? So like we just seen with Charles and Schwab, right? On SPY weekly, we still have a 3-1-2 up reversal, and we're in force. So we're above previous level. So the previous month high, previous week high, of course, previous quarter high. So we're still pushing, still pushing. So I wouldn't go heavy in puts. Like that'd be the most dumbest thing to do right now with, so many bullish setups here on SPY. You see what's happening? Like, see people, yeah, they're buying puts. The scalpers, yeah, they're buying puts. Then what calls come right back in. Actually, what happened this morning? It dropped down, bounced off support, filled the gap again, bounced up. Money. We hit that level, pulling back. Hey, maybe we can continue on up, and hopefully we end the week strong. Like 3-1-2 up setup. That's normally a pretty strong one, right? So it could break out, possibly, right? It could break out and get to this next level. So just want to put a few things on you guys' radar to end the week. Still loving this Charles and Swab, and this is midday, so I'm making this for you guys midday with a 3-2 down, 2 up reverse on the 4 hour. Looks like, yeah, this is pretty solid going into tomorrow, y'all. So let's see what happens. All right.